Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to episode 1 of 2020 Vision. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Taiwo. I am a transformational coach. I'm a personal development facilitator and trainer, and I'm a writer. I'm also the founder of The New 50, which is aimed at people approaching or at midlife who are looking to reclaim their power, reclaim their sense of self, and allow that self to be seen so that they create a next chapter with confidence, with authenticity, and without worrying about what other people think. And like I said, this is my first time here. I've been a member of the Boss It Live tribe. I've been in the Boss It Live stratosphere for nearly 3 years now, and I had a program on Boss It Live TV in Periscope a couple of years ago, and this is my first time here having my own program, because I did do a broadcast a few months ago here on Boss It Live TV in Facebook, and I am very, very excited. Hello to people coming in. Please do say hello and tell me who you are. I hope I get told by Facebook as you're coming in. I've just seen that a couple of people have come on, and I'm just going to go onto my second device, which went to make sure that I can see myself and that I'm on. No, I'm not. Oh, there I am. I'm there on Facebook. Hello, Janine. Hello, and welcome to 2020 Vision episode 1. I am very, very excited about being here. As you guys come in, Janine's already done it. She's got the flag, the UK flag. As you come in, please do give me a flag and show me where you're coming, where you are, and where you're placed. Because obviously, if you are in the UK, it's midday. If you're in the United States, it's first thing in the morning. Hello there, Susan. Thank you for coming in. And if you're in Asia or the Antipodes, then it's going to be later on in the day. I'd like to really acknowledge you, wherever you are, whatever time it is. I'd really like to acknowledge you and thank you for coming in and joining me on this broadcast this afternoon, because it's a Saturday as well, so you could be off doing something else, but instead you're here and you're watching with me, and I really appreciate that. And so to show my appreciation, not just today but in the Saturdays to come, I will do my utmost best to make sure that you guys have some value and it's valuable and it's worth it for you to come. So this is my first session, so I would really love to encourage you to comment if you have something to say. Show me some likes if you like what it is that I have to say. Show me some love if you love what it is I have to say. And even if what I have to say upsets you a bit, I don't mind. I can deal with a little bit of an angry face. But do comment, do ask me questions, and thank you, Janine. It's really nice to be here. Ask me questions. If I can't get to it during the live, then I will definitely go back to it at the end and respond to your questions. The other thing I'd like you to do is, as you're listening, you don't know me. Most of you don't know me. And so this session I'm going to spend introducing myself. And as I'm talking, if there's somebody that you think what I'm saying works for, or if you're just enjoying what I'm saying, then invite them to come in and share this on your platform. Invite people to come in and join the broadcast. Hello, Corey J. Long time. So like I said, I've been in the Boss It Live stratosphere for about 3 years, and I'm a member of the Boss It Live Mastermind, which is why I'm able to do this. And I've been a member this time around for the last year. The Boss It Live Mastermind is run by Janine Cummings, and it's about supporting entrepreneurs to build their businesses and to build their profiles using social media and in particular live broadcasting, like I'm doing here. And like I said, I've been a member for the last year. I've had a lot of value out of it. I've got the opportunity to do this, for instance. And if you are thinking that you want to up level and increase your visibility, it's the beginning, kind of, we've done a month of the year, and you want to increase your visibility, then coming in and joining the mastermind is a really good thing. You can see in the comments there that it's $57 a month. So please do click on the link, because I'm sure the link is there somewhere, or put "I'm interested" in the comments and look into it. So Susan, welcome back as well. I said welcome back to Corey J. Welcome back, Susan, as well. And Janine, thank you very much for mentioning people. Please do put people's names in the comments if you think that they would enjoy this, and invite them into this broadcast. So my program is called 2020 Vision. So what is 2020 Vision? Well, they say hindsight is 2020, and I just think, well, why does hindsight have to be? I mean, yes, hindsight is 2020, because when we look back, we see all the mistakes and we say, oh yes, well, if I had done it this way, if I had done it that way. But what is the point of having that 2020 vision in hindsight if we don't use it in order to move ourselves forward? And also, how can we create a situation whereby we can have 2020 vision from the future? We don't have to look back necessarily or dwell on the past in order to move ourselves forward, because actually 2020 vision is when you go to the what they call the ophthalmologists or the opticians, and they get you to look at a sign, and that sign, and depending on how you're able to do it, and there's a certain level that will say that you have 2020 vision. He doesn't say, well, look at the sign and think about what you did last week, or how it looked last week. It's, what does it look like now? And your vision is really clear. And when you think about it, a different example would be in a car. So those of us that drive, if you drive, put a car emoji in the comments so that I can see if you drive. But if you're a driver, you know that we insure ourselves in case we get into accidents. The car is a bit of a lethal weapon, and actually we think that being a good driver is about staying in your lane and doing this and and it is, or being able to get your car from one end to the next, or being able to parallel park or do a 3-point turn or whatever. And to a certain extent it is, but actually a good driver is somebody who is able to be present, look at what is going on on the road, and prevent accidents happening. Because we do a lot of the time, well, certainly the accidents that I haven't been in an accident, touch wood, I haven't been in an accident for a long time, but the accidents that have happened have been somebody trying to do something silly, not being patient, and the reason I haven't had a lot of accidents is because I'm able to see that somebody is doing something and say, right, okay, that looks like it's not sensible. Thank you very much, Janine. I love that emoji. And I see that that's not very sensible, and so I pivot or readjust. And that is what 2020 vision is about, is if you can stay present, then you can use your presence to be able to see where you're going and navigate yourself. It's not saying that there won't be challenges. There will be challenges, but if you can stay present within that, then thank you, Susan. If you can stay present within that, then the challenges aren't so difficult. You don't go crashing into something, or you don't end up ignoring something because you're so busy looking behind you that you don't see what is there in front of you. So I called this 2020 vision so that we can use things that are happening. So I will use things that may be happening in the world in order to enable us to move ourselves forward, to start getting ourselves into positive mindsets, getting positive results. I might use something that's happening in the news, something that's happened to me in that week. I might use a book as an illustration. I might use a story. I might use a piece of music, something that will move me, that will move me to enable me to tell the story of that episode, that will enable all of us, because I don't think it's about me teaching you, it's about all of us growing. And what I would really love is that when I'm talking, if it resonates or a thought comes to you, then please do enter it into the comments so that we can have a dialogue and it's not just me talking at you. So with that, I've seen a few more people have come in. Please do say hello so I know who you are and I can acknowledge you properly. But if you don't know me, my name is Taiwo. I am a coach, I'm a trainer and a facilitator, I'm a writer and the founder of The New 50, which is aimed at people in midlife. And this is my first episode of 2020 Vision here on Boss It Live TV, and I'm really excited. So I've just explained about where I feel what 2020 Vision means to me, which is about being present and using that presence to be able to see clearly and see our way forward. So before I go into today, I said that I was introducing myself, so I'll just tell you a very little bit about myself. As the weeks go by, I will tell you a little bit more about myself, but on a need to know, and not in that you don't need to know my business sort of thing, but as long as it's relevant to what we're talking about. So I'm just going to give you a very brief summary. I started in my out as an actor when my peers were going to university and studying law and medicine and all those kinds of things. I went to drama school. I worked as an actor for about 10 years and really enjoyed it, had a really enjoyable career, and then found my way out of that into working in mental health. I worked in mental health for several years, and while I was doing that, I trained as a drama therapist. Went back into mental health, didn't really work as a drama therapist, but have used it over the years, have used my drama therapy skills over the years. And one of these days I'll tell you what a drama therapist does. And then while I was working in mental health and as a project worker, I went very quickly into management and ended up doing a master's in business administration. After that, went into regeneration and managed. Oh, I'll tell you the story of me going to drama school in the weeks to come. And I went into regeneration, and I managed a number of projects that were mainly around community safety. So I managed a hate crime project, a massive program, multi-million-pound program, where we developed services around hate crime, around race, homophobic crime and domestic violence. I worked in community safety generally, and I also managed the strategic arm of Croydon's substance misuse, Croydon Council's substance misuse team, where we commissioned. So I tended to work as a commissioner, commissioning services in those areas that I worked, or advising the commissioners. So I wrote a lot of strategies and a lot of policies as well. So but in that time I needed to do something creative, and so I went off to and did an MA in fiction, and I've written a novel which I haven't done anything with, and written quite a number of short stories. But I do at the moment, I have a blog which is on my website. And about 10 years ago I got to a point where I just decided that I just didn't really want to be doing that kind of work anymore. It wasn't energizing me, it wasn't feeding me. I was disconnected from the people whose services we were commissioning, and it just wasn't feeding me anymore. But I didn't know what it was that I wanted to do. I was approaching 50. No one could help me. I was told that I would be unemployable because I was approaching 50, and it was all sorts of very silly. And no, it's not very silly, because it was a little bit painful. It was a struggle, I have to say. And then I found myself in a coaching course, and realised that's something I'd been doing for, in some shape or form, all of my life. And here I am. 5 years ago, nearly 5 years ago, I decided to go and do an advanced train the trainer course, and found myself training to be a personal development facilitator and trainer. So I've travelled all around the world. I worked with a guy called Blair Singer, and I certified as a trainer and facilitator. And so that is who I am. And this was all live stuff, so I wasn't doing any of this on video. And maybe about 4 years ago, I had a video. I posted a video on Facebook, and I remember thinking, oh my goodness. And then shortly after, I ended up doing my first live, and then not very long after that, I did the Go Live in 5 challenge that is run by Janine, and that's how I found myself in the Boss It Live stratosphere. So that is who I am, really. And you will know, that's a very brief summary, and you will know a lot more about me as we go along. I am quite transparent, but I don't believe in just telling you stuff for the sake of telling you stuff, because that then gets a little bit self-indulgent, and I can be self-indulgent, but I don't think that's going to be very good for a Saturday afternoon or a Saturday morning. I'm assuming some of you are, if you're in the States, you might be having a lie-in. If you don't have kids, you might be having a lie-in and you're listening to this. So that is who I am. Anybody else that has come in, thank you for coming in. Thank you for your likes, thank you for your comments. Please do share this. My name is Taiwo, and I'm here talking about 2020 vision. This my first program, or the episode of my first broadcast here on Boss It Live TV. So I'm going to just go in terms of giving you a little bit of context and a little bit of an idea of the kinds of things that I'll be talking about today, and how I'm going to go about it. Here we go. So, like I said, I live in the UK, and those of you that are here, please do put your flag, or if you have got a flag, and if you haven't got a flag, then please write where you are in the world. I'm here from the UK, and up until 11 o'clock last night, we were a member of the European Union. Now, whatever you want, I'm not here to be political. I don't really have a political view, but what I would say is that I voted to stay in the European Union, but there were a lot of people that wanted to leave the European Union. And this morning when I went on Facebook, for some people, there aren't posts where people are celebrating, but there have been, and it might be the kinds of people that I have around me, but people are feeling very sad, and people are posting things, and people are saying, oh, it made me cry, and all of that kind of stuff. And in a way I feel a little bit sad, but in another way, we don't know what that's going to look like. It's happened, so the sadness is not going to make it any different, and so it is what it is. But it made me think, you didn't want to leave. Well, I'll tell you why I didn't want to leave. Hello there, Susan. London, go London. The reason that I didn't want to leave, and it was quite a selfish reason actually, the reason I didn't want to leave is because I wanted to continue to enjoy the freedoms of travel, the freedoms to be able to go into Europe as though I was getting a train to Scotland. Like, for instance, last year one of my cousins passed away very quickly, suddenly, and his father lives in France, and somebody needed to go to France to be with him. His sons were in Nigeria, and I just jumped on Brazil, tudo bem. I lived in Brazil for about 6 months. And again, that's another story that I will tell you about in future. But obrigado, thank you, obrigada, thank you for coming in. And so like I said, somebody needed to go to France, and I was able to just jump on a plane or Eurostar and head off. And now that's going to be different, and those kind of things. And also, when you were in France, it would, if you were in Europe, we over the last couple of years, I did, Janine. Over the last couple of years, you're able to use your mobile phone as though you were using it in the UK. So there were all those kinds of freedoms, and those kind of things were the reason that I wanted to leave, to stay. The reasons that other people wanted to leave were kind of nationalistic, or looked as though they were nationalistic. I don't know quite the ramifications, but I'm going to just use my flip chart here to just kind of show you something. So this, let's say this is the UK, and this is Europe, the European Union. So what did we get from the European Union? We got, there were a lot of, like I said, there were the freedoms of travelling. There was other things. For instance, I remember when I was working as a contractor, and I would go through a temping agency, they would get me to sign something to say that I was willing to work over 48 hours, and if I wasn't willing to sign that, then they couldn't make me do that. And of course I said no, I wasn't willing to sign that. But it was because of the European Union. The European Union said that they created this work. Melanie, if Melanie was here, she'd be able to explain it a bit better for me. But they were able to put a structure and a boundary around the hours people work, so that they weren't killing us and forcing us to work unreasonable hours. But and also, some of these programs that I worked for, money came from the European Union. Now, what I understand is that part of the problem was that it was too restrictive. So it was, oops, I shouldn't be doing that. It was all coming top down from the European Union, and it was restricting and stopping us from doing what we wanted to do. And so what has happened is that the people that weren't happy with the European Union, and it's what has decided that they wanted to break away so that they could have more freedoms, so they could be freer to do more or less do what they want. The rules that they had imposed, I think, stay for now. But things like trade, it was restricting their ability to trade outside of Europe and all that kind of stuff. So that is my kind of broad understanding of why people wanted to leave. Now, what's that got to do with me, and what's that got to do with us? Well, I made an analogy here, so I hope you can see the bottom here. So let's say this is the, okay, let me just do this like this. So TS stands for true self. That's our true self, our inner self. And outside is our ego. So our ego is the European Union, and the UK is our true self. Now that looks like ESO. It looks like ESO, but it should read ego. And so what we're striving to do is break away, because the ego is there for a reason. It enables us to survive in the world. It enables us to present the face that will enable us to get along with people. So, for instance, the person that you're seeing now is me. The me that you're seeing now is a product of my ego. And this is how I am able to express myself. You are able to see me. However, luckily this is me. As far as I know, this is the true me. But what we do in different circumstances is that we we adapt our ego, and that can be shape-shifting, as in changing who we are, or people-pleasing, seeking approval, and we change our ego depending on the circumstances we are in order to fit in, because we all want to fit in. And what's wrong with that, you ask? Well, what ends up happening is that our ego is made up and is shaped and formed by our early experiences, our experiences as children, our experiences as we're growing up, our experiences as once we've grown up, our experiences in society. Society tells us that you must be this, and society tells you that you must be that. Your friends tell you must. Hi Wendy, thanks for coming in. Your friends tell you must be this, and your friends tell you must be that, or your family has told you who you are, and your ego gets shaped by that. And when your true self is, when you're being told that what you are or who you are is not good enough, it creates pain. And so what happens is that the ego gets stronger and stronger and stronger in order to stop us from having pain. So the ego, which is supposed to be something that is supposed to be out there to help us, then begins to constrict us. And in the same way that the UK wants to be able to say to the European Union or anybody else, this is who we are and this is who we want to be, we as humans want to be in control of our ego and not have our ego control us. And so rather than the ego find itself in a situation and say, I have to handle it like this, and so it restricts. Don't show yourself, don't show your true self, don't show yourself, hide, because it's not safe. Instead of that, and then we end up being somebody that we're not. What our true self is, and what we're all striving for, which is why we're all probably watching this, and what we're all striving for is to break out of that and come into the world. Let our true self come out and into the world and be able to deal with however the world responds to that, without worrying, and deal with that confidently. And that's where where the 2020 vision is about understanding who we truly are, who is that person inside of me, and who's that person wanting to come out, and what is it that is stopping me from allowing that person to come out. And that's a journey, and it's a journey to yourself. Can you see that? It's a journey to finding yourself, and it's a hero's journey, which is what Joseph Campbell called it, a hero's journey. And over the weeks I will expand on the hero's journey, and because of my client group and my target audience, I am working around the whole idea of a midlife hero. And the hero's journey is about leaving what you think is your normal, ordinary world and venturing out. It's because I've only got one sheet, so I haven't got a flip chart board, so I'm going to have to just kind of make this page very messy. I hope you're able to understand. So the hero, the true self, is there. But in order for us to reconnect with that true self, we have to venture out on this journey, which can be challenging, which might be painful, but we have support of friends, of family, of mentors, of people around us who are of a like mind, of a similar mind, who will take us or support us on this journey. And through that change, through that journey out, we will learn. Thank you, Wendy, Helen. I don't know why I was going to call you Helen. And through that hero's journey, we return back to our true selves, our inner selves, and allow that inner self to tell the ego. So inner self, if I was having a conversation with my inner self today, I would be saying, right, inner self, I'm about to do a live today, and I need it to be people to have value. I need there to be a lot of energy. So this ego, go. You go for it, as opposed to me doing this live and then my ego going, people might not like it. People, you have to be who, you have to be like Janine, you have to be like Wendy, you have to be like Marlene, you have to be like everybody else, and figure out how they do it. And that is what you need to do. That's the way that I need to present. That's the wrong way, because therein lies the road to disappointment, therein lies the road to failure, and therein lies the road to me retreating back into myself. So that is what we're going to be exploring over the next few weeks. Now, and not just the next few weeks, I hope the next few weeks and beyond. I'm very excited to be doing this, and I hope that you guys are excited to hear what I learn, because it's as I learn that I'm going to be sharing with you guys, and I look forward to doing that. And it gives me a focus, a reason for learning, as well as me wanting to come out of myself, because you never stop learning. But when we're talking about our true selves, people that watch, why are you on Boss It Live TV? Is there something that you are wanting to express about yourself? Is there something that you are wanting to do? Are you wanting to go live? Are you wanting to take that hero's journey, take that hero's journey from shyness into being visible and expressing yourself? That's right, Wendy, always be you, because no one else can do you like you. But Oscar Wilde also says, has another really good phrase, be yourself, everyone else is taken. I really like that as well. But if you're here because you're wanting to get more visibility, and you're being stopped because of your ego, instigate your own Trexit. What does Trexit mean? Yeah, your true self coming out. Trexit. And we've had Brexit, Britain exiting. Trexit. Instigate your own Trexit, and join the Boss It Live Mastermind. That will give you the context and the support of like-minded people that can support you and help you along that journey. So I can waffle for England, especially once I'm on a roll. I will just go on and on and on, but I can see that we've gone beyond the 30-minute mark, and I do want to be try and keep it to 30 minutes, because it's a Saturday and you've all got your lives to lead. So I hope that has given you a taste of what the kind of things that you will get from me, what 2020 Vision is going to be is about, and the shape of things to come. I am going to allow this to be shaped by you guys. So if there's ever anything that you want me to cover, or there's anything that you want me to go over again, then do let me know, and I can do that. So if you want to join the mastermind, I think that there is a link in the comments, or contact Janine if you want to join the mastermind. If you want to know a bit more about me, or you want to if you want to know a bit more about me, and you want to know a bit more about the New 50, then you can either send me a friend request, and when you send that friend request, do let me know that we met here on the Boss It Live TV. Thanks, you're welcome, Wendy. Do let me know that we met here on Boss It Live. Also, you can go on and and follow my Facebook page, which is the New 50. 50 is spelt 5-I-F-T-Y. So Wendy, if you could write that in there, the New 50, 5-I-F-T-Y. You can come in and like my page, but please do leave a comment on the page, just so that I know that you've been there. And there are all sorts of other ways that you can connect with me. I'm going to launch an online program in a few weeks, and I have a Facebook group and all those kind of things. But this is the first date. Thank you, Susan. Thank you. I really appreciate that. This is like a first date. You don't give all your information at the first date. You don't want you don't want the person you're dating to run away. This is like a drink. So we've had a drink. Next week we'll have dinner. So thank you very much for watching, everyone. You've been watching me, Taiwo, from the New 50. Thank you, Wendy. Here at the New 50, we believe that everyone deserves to live their life with authenticity, with confidence, and without worrying what other people may think of them. Thank you so much. I was very excited and really enjoyed being here with you guys, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. Take care of yourselves. Bye.